Hi guys, Natasha with the Day with Ethel vlog. So, S.L. Scott has these amazing kind of like kismet romance. Like they are romances that, it's hap chance meeting, it's destiny. It could be from rock stars, to millionaires. This one, Never Got Over You, is that Natalie and Nick have one of the most swoon worthy, giggle out loud, very romantic stories. But is it destiny? Did the stars align correctly? Was the portal open and everything was absolutely divine for them? It was. Literally, Natalie fell into the arms of Nick. She may have had some shots to kind of help her with this moment. She was at that point in her, state of mind, was not in the best state, I should say. She literally fell into Nick's arms. He caught her. And in that moment, when he looked in her eyes and she looked in his, she literally thought she was in a dream. She's like, is he for real? Can I touch him? Can I kiss him? It's kind of like when you're completely inebriated, you just don't know, like, okay, I need to pass out now, or I need to just be done. And that's kind of what this moment was. But you have to giggle because throughout the story, you kind of chuckle about some of their destiny moments. This duo kind of, they put it out there. I'm not sleeping you with the first night. Like they forged this friendship and this kind of playing backgammon, and they got to kind of see where they lie, like mentally. Most girls, when you first meet him, it's just that twitterpation. You're like, oh my gosh, this is a cute guy and I want to kiss him, want to make out with him, take a roll in the haystack. Not Nick and Natalie. Like these two kind of took their time that first night. They got to know each other. But then she leaves. She kind of like just up and leaves. They don't get their last names and they don't ever exchange phone numbers. And is at the end of their story, is at the end of this destiny, couple. It's not. They literally run into each other in Manhattan months later. And in that moment, Nick and Natalie knew that they were destined to be together. But it's, why was Nick in Manhattan? And you have to kind of read the story and understand like the tone to it. But there's a lot of moments that both kind of missed why their destiny kind of keeps like putting them together. And it's kind of like this kismet moment, like you really, really kind of are cheering for them, and it's just like when everything finally unravels, your heart breaks. But it's when they're together that they're hilarious. Like they're laying in bed, and I love Natalie's job. Like she finds the perfect gift for somebody. Like you hire her and she's gonna come up with the best grand dates, gifts, dinners, you name it. Like this gal has a beautiful mind. So they got into a cookie competition, a cookie talk. Let's just say this cookie talk was downright hilarious. Like I actually read it out loud to my husband. I'm like, it's so right. That is what, the basic cookie is. And I was reading it and he was laughing at because at that moment, Nick and Natalie were having that same conversation. Like, does a guy really want a peanut butter cookie, oatmeal raisin, maybe chocolate chip? But what did all those flavors actually mean in the relationship with the person receiving it and the person getting it? And that's what was kind of, at that time, I really chuckled about it. And it just kind of made this more swoon worthy of how Nick and Natalie work. They don't really talk about what their livelihood is. He is a lawyer and she's a small business owner, but maybe some of their tales are like these two actually are a lot connected. And when they're together, you want more. You want more of their banter. You want more of, their pun intended. And it's just the craving. Like I literally highlighted so many passages in this story because there's so many good, like, just outlines of it. Like, yes, this is what they were talking about. Oh my God, this is it. This is it. And this is a couple of them that I did highlight. Destiny's hand can't be forced. Fortunately, there are many other phases of the sun and moon to come in your future. And that's his mom, Cookie. Nick's mom, Cookie, kind of explaining to him, like, it's there. It can't be forced, but there's so much about you too that, all the stars are aligning correctly. And, and it's just like this. It's like I skipped It's like we skipped the slow ride up the tracks and met the top of the roller coaster. Now we're shifting into a warp speed, and I don't know if I'm strapped in safe. And, you know, she says, don't worry, babe. I will, if you fall, I'll catch you. And that's kind of how these guys, like, they were at warp speed, but when they're together, it's like they've been together for years, and, you know, and they just have this easy flow of, you know, talking and banter and, you know, the sexy times. And that's what's so fun about this story. And I think everybody needs to have a story where, you know, there's so much destiny and so much good in the couple. And that's, you know, even when they go fight for their relationship, you know, it takes those, you know, kind of banters and puns and everything to get them back together. So guys, this is Never Got Over You. This is Nick and Natalie's story. And let's just say, S.L. Scott, you did a wonderful job. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.